Oh, okay, great. Well, here we go. We're live. Praneet and Sam and Michael, and we're going to get our screen share on. I guess that's where we start. Um, yeah, and I guess what I was going to do was bring up. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about. I do like waffle. Um, and I pulled it in, so we've got our ghost theme and the static website in there. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so before we were rudely interrupted yesterday, um, we were going to be thinking about stuff for the AV website. We're going to think about things. So let's have a look at where it's got to. Um, so we've got pull that so we can see them side by side, like that. So Puneet had mentioned in the adventures. I wonder about this one. It's like yeah, maybe add a language as well. Font. Um,
There seems to be some problem with respect to audio as well as video. I mean,
but
yeah. So I
okay.
don't know, is it just me or your screen looks totally blacked
Uh,
out?
yeah, well, it's difficult to tell. It is working for me. I can easily restart it from my side and see if
Let
that
me
helps.
let me try to reconnect actually.
And you also might want to connect. Um, so we've basically got there's content work as well there. Usually put there content work. So update content in portfolio. Needs images and blurb all. Then we've got about. Then we've got kind of polishing timeline, timeline text and images, and dates are a bit wonky. Okay, so then we've got team tagline is updating. What do we need? Team tagline. And then we've got team members, social media, links, yes, fill in or remove. And then we've got team footer, text is still placeholder. And then we've got icons of partners, placeholders. Could get VAHC after Academy logos in here, maybe. Da, da, da. Okay. We've got footer is minimalistic. And site links. Details. And then we've got, I mean, at the moment, and then contact us form is not hooked up. Work or place. Okay. And yeah, okay. Also,
Hello.
hey, how's it going?
Grab the bagel and ate it.
That sounds like it was a good thing to have done. I had my bagel earlier.
So I can't see your screen. Maybe I should.
Oh, that's weird. Well, Puneet was describing a similar problem. You can see my video here,
Yes.
and if I do screen share like this, it's like showing my screen to me, but does it have the little arrow in the corner that says there's a screen share coming, or it's just completely black?
It's just frozen right now. It
Okay.
was black before.
Well, I'll try reloading that. Yeah.
Hello.
Can you try it again? Now.
Just black? Okay, now it's working.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I was just doing what we might have done yesterday if we hadn't been so rudely interrupted. We were just looking through the main sites and looking for stuff that needs doing to get it presentable. Yeah, so we've got upload content in the portfolio, policy online. There are some places with laureates. There's still some like placeholder text, placeholder icons, but it's somewhat minimalistic. The content form, I don't think it works. That's sort of, yeah, when you looked at that. And you know, there's like social links and stuff. So, you know, I kind of, it would be, yeah, I guess particularly the placeholder text is just trivial. It feels like I'd like to get that. So I noticed, so you added the bloviations.
Yeah, you can change that domain if you want.
Yeah, what I was just wondering was whether it made more sense to have the sort of just blog. No, blog. I wonder if it made more sense to have the blog rather than in the top navigation to be
In the footer, you were saying?
Yeah. I mean, like, if we just look at Academy, for example, I mean, not that we have to do what everyone else does, but I think I've noticed this pattern that of people have links in social media at the bottom. If we look at Make Academy,
Sure.
What's that?
Well,
I mean, and it independently of copying anybody else or whatever, it's more that.
Well, these people have it at the top, but they're a watch company.
Which people are they?
A watch company.
Oh, okay.
You click on that.
Yeah, no, it could be. I guess I'm just more thinking that each of these they're sort of, they've got this function of scrolling you. This nav is kind of like the different sections, and this one takes you to a different site. There's a kind of user experience of like one of these things doing something slightly different from the other.
Right.
Oh, yeah, so they have here, what was their blog then takes you to, yeah, so they then got their blog as a sub-portion of the site. And like, I guess, so then like if we go to explore, right, that they've got their navigation is a series of different separate pages, yeah. Which I think is a perfectly valid to go, but maybe that's you know, slightly at odds to our template. What was I just thinking? And I guess it's then also that in this text you can kind of scroll to this thing, but you can't scroll to the other ones. I was just thinking. I mean, that looks all right, doesn't it? It's not looking too bad.
But I was thinking that if you put it at the bottom, it's kind of a long scroll.
Well, it is. It sort of. It then depends on how, you know, how high profile you want to make a blog. I guess I want to make it kind of actually what do they do with their? They see actually the employers. They now Makers Academy do something which is slightly different, which is that they've got their landing page, which has got these different sections, but the sections are not related to the this set of things up here. These do, like the watch company, will take you to separate pages,
right,
rather than spaces within these. And I guess actually for no, where's the nav gone here? I mean, there's an argument actually for this side that someone might not realize they can scroll and not realize and they'll just navigate this way and go, oh, okay, oh, that's it, or what have you. I guess that's no, does it go? Yeah, but that's, you know, we've got those elements in there, and they can be removed or added as we, you know, as we feel so inclined. The thing I was thinking, since your comments yesterday, was yesterday or the day before, anyway. It was Monday afternoon. I was just thinking about kind of Agile Ventures Premium Plus model, where it would be like you pay, you know, the equivalent of £100 a month or $150 or what have you, and you get like 2 hours of pair programming time with an AV mentor. That's something that, yeah, I guess I'd love to get to that. What was it called? I did have titled. Is that one? No. You know, when we were looking at all this, oh, that's the wrong thing again. Good grief. Here we go. Yeah, I'd love to get the different payment elements hooked up to some things and see if anybody would actually take orders for them. Although, I mean, this is just a bit we could actually policy. Like, I mean, if you I get the sense that you're generally, you know, you've got limited time for pairing, but if someone, you know, another junior member was paying you for the time, then you'd be kind of more interested, or you might make more time for it.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, I know for me, I've been putting off pairing for certain things, but you know, particularly if it's a very junior member, then the time overhead of helping someone, you know, step by step through stuff is such that I would. This is the kind of thing that I would think it was. Anyway, shall we try and? I mean, I'd love to move on to that payment thing at some point. We try and. You want to try and get the blog and the static site finished first?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Cool. Just going to mention. I'm following on the discussion with you and Michael and so on, I got this idea for a Premium Plus model where a student might, or advertisers might be able to like, guarantee additional programming time.
Actually, I was just testing. I think there's some network issue, so I'm actually not able to hear your voice quite clearly, and your screen. I think for me is blacked out. I think for Michael it's fine.
Yeah, it wasn't working for
Maybe it's just a bad internet connection.
working for
I'll drop
Michael.
off.
Yeah, no worries. I will catch you later.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So I think. Oh God, I've done it 2 ways. Okay. There we go. It feels to me that should we try and work through the elements of here to knock the static site into place, or are there things you'd like to change in the blog?
Well, let's try to get the static site in place, and then we can look at the blog.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. I mean,
you can hook up the blog to the domain that you want to put it on.
Okay. Yeah. No, I can start doing it in the background. Would you want to just see here? I mean, I guess something I would say that'd be good is look at the contact form. Should we have a little look at, because it's kind of their big thing there. I mean, like clearly we can't put this site up with this contact form present, and I mean I could sort of even see what happens here. Like we stick it in. It'll just think I see it. Look, it's a message. Sorry, Sam, this is my mail. There is not on this. Oh, at least it's got a nice. Oh, it's got a nice error message. Yeah. Do you want to drive? I'll set up the blog in the background and
All right.
have a look at what's going on with the content.
Same.
Same.
Did you change anything
On the since you last checked out the site? No, I haven't done any work on the site or anything today. I've been working on training rubrics and transcribing.
Oh, I thought you had just done something while I was getting tea or whatever.
Oh, and while you were getting tea, it was all I'd done is I'd gone through and I added like a series of issues into the static website thing of all the little things. Yeah, like that need potentially changing. So you could
static website, right?
Yeah, static website, and if you want to do a branch, the contact us for is issue 20. Although, if you just want to stay on master, I mean, I guess that it's almost not worth the overhead, really. Up to you.
Contact us form is not hooked up, make work, or replace. Okay.
I think it's designed to work with some PHP backend something.
Okay. Well, we don't.
But yeah, go to XHTML and like just look at the form that they've got.
Let me see. Images.
It's not in any of the folders, just the one that source suite. I guess it's maybe, I mean, based on that error message dynamic thing, I'd imagine it's JavaScript. form name says it, ID contact form, validate my clients. I imagine there's some JavaScript that's doing some kind of.
Oh, it does validate something. Client side.
Well, maybe. I mean, they've got like required and different other bits and pieces in it. But yeah, I would say the thing to do is look for the JavaScripts now and see. Presumably, there's some JavaScript corresponding to the form operation.
For that default. All right. So we would have to change this URL.
Right. So at the moment, yeah, indeed we would. Yeah, so that they've got some PHP script, and so I mean, in principle, we need it to necessarily do anything, as complex as PHP. I mean, it's just like send an. I guess there's you can do stuff where you just have, you click a link and it opens an email in your email client, which I personally kind of always prefer because I get a copy of the message that I've sent. This contrast looks kind of nice. I mean, it could be cut out. I mean, we can't. The showcase here is on a GH pages thing, so we'd have to have it hit. The difficulty there is that it might stuck on cross-domain scripting issues. You know what I mean? Like that's a JavaScript thing, and it's trying to hit some of the location. I guess if we set a no origin request on the header, then it's kind of overkill for deploying an app for that. I mean, the thing for us to look at is what Charles was saying he thought went well there. No recents in my.
I mean, you can't.
Yeah, and one of the things that like I was looking, I think there is kind of email, like MailChimp integration. Like people sign up for a newsletter, then we can have that through the form, and actually maybe that's preferable.
So, isn't MailChimp for sending like email?
Yeah, MailChimp it's for sending bulk email, like mailing lists and doing newsletters and so on. I mean, I think that's something like if we look at what Makers Academy have, and others, they've got this where you sign up to get the newsletter. They've got like ask a question here. They've got like a little feedback form.
What's that pointing to? I can't. There's nothing. You're on a separate screen or something. I don't know.
Really?
Your screen hasn't refreshed in a long time.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got some kind of little. Can you see the screen now?
No.
Oh. Weirdo. Well, I'm going to try. If it's the case, I'm going to try going in a different browser then, because that's awful. Oh, computer needs rebooting. How about now?
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, Megan's gonna, they have like a place for the email address, and then it's to try and get people onto their mailing list, basically.
Yeah.
And so that seems to be the thing, and Charles locked onto that as well. They've got this ask a question thing, which is using some JavaScript. Yeah, I don't know if it's hitting some. So there's a JavaScript website there. I mean, I guess we can actually probably easier to see if we look at GitHub.com. Academy website. I ask. Thomas have? They have asked a question. Powered by doorbell.io. Okay, you want to check out doorbell.io?
Doorbell?
Doorbell.io.
Doorbell.io.
Yeah. Yeah, doorbell.js.
For free, huh?
So I think that's like, that's the widget that people are using.
How does this work?
Well, we can just have a look quick here. Basically, there's a doorbell button. I mean, we can see all the references to doorbell here. There's like adding the doorbell JavaScript. We've got a doorbell button. We've got the doorbell JavaScript. I mean, I would imagine that they've got some fairly straightforward integration information in here. Easy 1-minute setup. Documentation. Then it says, so you need to subscribe to a paid plan to remove the Powered by doorbell.io link. And there's also a free plan for up to 2 team members and no channel for those congressions or attachments. So I can see that the Makers Academy have removed paid for the paid plan to remove that link. Craft Academy still have that on there for them, and then go like So that's clearly an option, should we wish to pursue it. I'm just going to make up the dots. I've already got a blog thing. Let's just change that to. So we've called our blog. I'm just going to update the zone file that the blog works for us. So yeah, so I've also got the pages thing from Charles. I mean, he's also thinking about this, you know, get free guide, get people signed up. So one thing we could do there is we could replace the contact form with a get free guide.
Well,
I guess I'm interested.
doesn't that create the same integration issue?
Well, I think that the get free guide it's different. Yeah, see here. Yeah, basically what people have got more commonly now is they've just put like a MailChimp sign up, and you can kind of, I think MailChimp provides, you know, kind of general support for that. So if we look, for example, here, instead of the doorbell, chimp. Interesting. What's there? If we look at the code for, okay, I'm a bit slow down. The code, but I'm trying to get away from that search thing. GitHub really is having a slow day. Good God. What has happened? Okay. But so they've got their, let's have a look, they've got their landing, join the elements, employed, education, that's all the same thing. Index. We've got sign up to free partial email capture, partials, email capture. There we go. Form email capture. I'm not sure how to link from. So just if we search in there for email capture. Okay, so they've got email capture JavaScript plugin, and they're submitting it to segments. Okay, yeah, right. They've got something more sophisticated there. The segment is. Have you heard of segment.com?
No.
So that's kind of interesting. Like segment.com, then like manages integration with lots of other services, like have they got like a bit here? Yes, then they've got integrations for all these different sorts of things. You can kind of, it has like, it ends up integrating like Google Analytics, for example, with MailChimp, so that say that somebody signs up for your newsletter.
Okay.
You can kind of track the process of the person. Say that they're coming. Where did it come from? Like they clicked on an article in a newspaper site, and they landed here, and they signed up for the mailing list, and then they subsequently clicked through on a campaign. In the email that they got, and then they actually kind of bought the product and signed up for the boot camp, and then they killed 2 staff members, or they went and got a fantastic job, whatever. To try and, I think the idea is to be able to try and track, from the very first encounter with whatever, through all of the different kinds of interactions, digital interactions that the customer or the individual might have with your system. Does that make sense?
Right.
Which I think is probably overkill us at the moment.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, the craft. If you also go to Craft Academy, they also have their website there. Well, then they actually filtered directly from megascam.com. And so if we search this and we look for a chimp, I thought what I was seeing here is that their email in this one, they've got like a MailChimp. So actually maybe that's not their website. It was just a forked version. Yeah, okay. So although that's obviously an old one, and that's been updated 7 days ago. So I would have thought. Let's have a look there. Source index. They're also using an email capture partial email capture. Yeah, that's funny. I just searched for chimp here. And then so they're doing this. Look, with this one, they're having it subscribes to the MailChimp thing directly.
Yeah.
So I think that would probably be the sensible thing that would maybe be like a more sensible initial approach for us.
Okay, so
yeah, well, interesting. There's look at other things. There's a free guide. Contact us. So I mean, I guess the thing to do is maybe develop a section for that, and replace the contact us one with it.
Okay.
You want to lead that? So we've got portfolio, Ruby thing, portfolio modal. Is that the old version of the site? That's Huh. I got the latest version of the site pulled in. View of summits. Hmm. Just wondering if we have
There's a Makers Academy branch on Craft Academy, which is where they're doing their work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Seems to be.
Anyhow. Yeah, I mean, I was finding here. Okay, right. I guess this is right. So this is the. This is probably where it was. This is actually old Makers Academy code. There. You mean the Makers Sweden branch that they've got? Okay, yeah. So here they've got like a MC embedded subscribe form.
Anyway.
It's interesting how things that are clearly in the system there are not showing up when I search. Interesting. Maybe there's like a template. It's like a.
So what does MailChimp actually take?
Well, so I think there, I guess maybe since we go to MailChimp embed form, and yeah, so I was looking for add a sign up form to your website. Yeah, so after you've created your sign up form, choose the form option. So if I'm logged in as MailChimp or Agile Ventures MailChimpiness. Does it sound like one? Is that mail? Is that? I guess it is. Yeah, okay. Agile Ventures. So then we would have like a list, and we create a list, create a new list. So, did I already do one? Create list. So this is like static site for Agile Ventures. Static site sign up. And info. Okay. What's wrong there? Check your entry and try again. What's wrong with that?
We use a reminder from another site, from another list. Oh.
I mean, that's giving me an option to do that.
Yeah.
Huh. That's irritating. Oh, your subscribers will see this. And what does Agile Ventures guide? Okay. Okay, well, don't do that then. Good God. Okay, well maybe that just fine. It's just Chrome having a bad day. Adventures guides. Okay. Okay, we have a list. So sign up forms. So embedded forms. So then we can basically, yeah, see actually, so here the, well, the contact us could just be, we could sort of be subscribed to our mailings, and then this would be the form. Like so, in your form. Monkey rewards link. So format options, optional form width. And they've got like different. So it's interesting. Like I guess the idea is people have moved to this. You don't want to put the names in. You just start with having them do the absolute minimalistic thing. I don't know, we've got the existing form. If I'll take that and slap that in the Slack for you.
Okay.
And we could just try and hack up the existing form to use this instead.
Yeah.
Huh. I think I have to tell. So I'm in the background. I'm just setting up the blog thing. I have to like add it to the domain, don't I? So in principle, you could just take the for bit, couldn't you? And like.
Go on.
Well, I was going to say I would almost try to get away with take little chunks out of this form and add it to our existing form, so that we kind of maintain the styling of our site. And or just take that whole thing and slap it in, and then muck around and see if we can make the styles work again.
We get rid of that. And oh fuck.
Oh, cool. You do it as a partial. Good idea. Yeah, then maybe even pull it in as its own separate section. We can kind of cross-reference them.
You're not saving, are you?
I think that.
Oh, replace it. Delete.
Do you want to get in a partial directory?
I guess this is lagging behind.
I don't know. I think you just deleted the file. I don't know that it's ever been saved into that particular directory. I mean, I'd create a new file in that directory and paste the thing in again.
I tried to save it into that directory.
Mm.
And it acted like it was saved, and then it. Why do you say RHTML? Why does it say that?
There you go. That looks like it's in there.
All right. I'm going to totally remove this. Try removing the styles for right now. What are we left with? That. All right. And then we'll
What's up?
What?
I said, what's up? You said, huh. And I was like, okay, what's up?
How do I actually?
If I were you, I'd rather than fiddling with the form that they have there, is just create a new section. Do like section ID equals MailChimp or what have you on line 283 and import the partial there.
I'm just going to import it inside this div.
Okay. Well, I was going to say like if you import it there, it's going to start making the styles for that one kind of weird. Like if you just import it as a separate section, then we can kind of like build from the ground up, like all the components that we need, and then delete the old context section ID once it works.
All right.
So did you create a completely new section now, or you didn't do that and you've got like a little sub div inside the same section?
What?
I said, so did you create a completely new section there, or you've
No.
you've just done a little sort of, all right, fair enough. Yeah, so you just type middleman and you don't need to start.
Okay. Well, I do a section. A whole lot of wait. All right, so that's what this looks like now.
So I guess then the thing, we would need to go into the partial, excuse me, itself, and apply widths and things to that. Like, so if we look there, the on line 307, for example, the contact form point there is split into a width 6. So I mean, for example, if we wanted the thing to be split over I mean, I guess that the contact bus form there happens to be split into 2 halves, but that doesn't make too much sense for us. But so if we're in the partial, like have a look inside the sign up partial. So we've got subscribe to our mailing list is H2.
It's right there.
Yeah, let's not worry about let's make the so we've got those input types there. So I mean, I guess I would have thought the thing to do is maybe that div on line 3 is maybe make that give that some appropriate styles. So for example, what's my contact thing on contact? Like if we gave that div a class of maybe even row, I guess that div line 3, give that give it a class equals row to make it be like a complete width of the.
Wait, so I'm not sure what that's really going to do.
Well, well, I wouldn't necessarily remove the ID from it that you've just done. That may be something that the MailChimp relies upon.
Undo.
You don't like using the command button on. There you go. I mean, I think that by itself is not going to change there.
Not really.
But like basically, I think that we're going to need to descend through the div. So, for example, if that's got class row, and then we've got that one there. There's label for. I guess there's like class form control.
Right.
So the input types could receive the class form control. I know that it's got we've got a div class MC field group, and that I think maybe we want to replace with form group on line 11.
So, hold on. Okay, now they're really wide.
Yeah.
So that,
Yeah, well, I would update that, as let's say on line 11 and 6 and so on, we've got MC field group. And that's the MailChimp style. And then we've got an equivalent CSS class associated with ours, which is called form-group.
yeah.
So I would replace all of those.
Didn't really do anything either. Let's see.
So the interesting thing about our contact form, it's set up to have kind of like what you need. Instead of using labels, it's using like a placeholder thing with validations. I mean, I think the thing that I would be tempted to do is, do you want to push this? I've got to go in about 45 or so. Do you want to Pong here and
Yeah, okay.
maybe test getting this working? I'm sure we can eventually make the styles look nice.
There.
All right. Thanks. Okay. Is that as a branch?
No, I just pushed it on the master.
Uh, ah,
So you had to go in 40 minutes? Yeah.
okay. We've got that. Yeah. I need someone else to take this scrum and stuff. Then I will take my son to. He's got like a soccer tryout thing. Okay. Right. So I'm already running this. I already am. So localhost 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got this thing here. So this correspond like, so one way we could go is partial. We've got our sign up. Okay. So we can put like placeholders in here. So the form, God, it's not indented. So there's a form. And for some reason, with those divs like that, indicates required. Oh, so we were external labels, class. So we could have placeholder. That's your email. And then a placeholder for your first name, at Boston. And they are not required. So there we go. So that pops up there. I guess that's subscribe to our mailing list. We want it to have the same thing as the contact us. So what's the contact us style in there? That's in a H2 class section heading. So we'll pop that in there as well. So now, there we go. So that's already looking like a perfectly reasonable replacement for it, just there. I guess the question is then, if we do a sign up, what happens? Okay, it goes there. Almost finished. Okay. So to confirm an email address. Okay, and I wonder if, so if I do this, okay, they've got a nicer, that's nicer, isn't it? Anyway.
Yeah.
At least it worked. We get the same email on the side. Yes. Okay. Interesting. So that worked there. So I mean, at least as a placeholder. You know, we could just lose this section really. I don't know if there's anything else. I mean, there's kind of, that's got all validations. I was just looking at it's got this required data validation. Please enter your email address. That's like an HTML5 thing there. But so in principle, we could now remove the contact section like so. I mean, that contact could replace, well, just call the contact, whatever. I guess it's like, rather than contact, that's the section is now, you know, whatever. Anyway, whatever. All those things can be changed, can't they? But so if we go there, but yeah, that clearly is a step up on what we had, and it's I think the idea that Charles had there was for a subheading, which would be along the lines of this is clients, then this is team. I can't find the contact thing. In fact, there we go. Right, so let's de-indent that. Sign up in here. Subscribe to amazing. There's all the section subheadings are there. It's H3. It's like that. Okay. So, a free guide or whatever. On how to enable.
Probably change that to orange or something. Color. But anyway.
Yeah, I guess if I could just do git diff there, was the previous section there had section something text muted. Yeah. That was, I guess, what it was originally. Was it? Oh, that's weird. I guess there's like a position where images get out of sync.
Yeah, on my iPad mini, I was going to tell you, it gets out of sync on that one little part.
Do you want to post an issue for that? I guess I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna do there, let's or replaces this content. Anyway. That's weird. That's already done. Okay. Well, I guess, and I wonder here, it's like, is there like settings? It's like, interesting. I guess I will ask. So what we want to do there really is sort of going on subscription. I wonder if we've lost, like, it seems like this. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? There's like, is there, maybe there's JavaScript that we have to add as well.
For what?
To allow it to do, well, I was just being slightly envious of like, these guys, you stay on the same site and it says that it does this. Like, we've got it set up to, like in here, we haven't disabled the JavaScript. It is disabled the inline form submission. But like, so we've added all of this, right? But there was no, I was just wondering if we need to add like a MailChimp JavaScript to allow it to, like stay on the same site.
Right.
But it doesn't look like that's the case. I wonder if that's just a setting on the it's saying here, form matches are managed by JavaScript. So if that's turned off, you may see the form, for example, subscribers may not see dynamic response error success messages, or they'll be taken to the MailChimp hosted sign up thank you page. So I just wonder if there's a setting somewhere. Oh, I guess what I should be doing is checking if we've got any console errors in there, which we don't. So I've now deployed this to here. So did I not publish? Oh. Let's go and take more, shouldn't it? Okay, so that's eventually going to be deployed, I guess. And so we have here, so if we try ventures, let's make sure we've got the console up, subscribe. Okay, it goes there. There's no console failure. I mean, the implication of what did we do? We did sort of classic. We just went to classic copy and paste on your site. It's got a star sheet that it pulls in,
which I took off.
Oh, okay.
And I took off that other style inline, but that shouldn't really
this one
affect that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's. Do we still have that ID MC embed sign up or whatever?
Do we look? There's some JavaScript here.
Go down.
There's that already. Well, there's like here at the very end, we've got like a script thing, which we didn't seem to include, which is maybe my bad. Maybe I just didn't capture that. There's this funny MC embed. There's like after the div.
Yeah.
The form. I guess maybe did you take like precisely just the form section? All right, and then it's.
Well, I don't see that in your message.
No, maybe I didn't pass it. Where's the contact? Contact. There we go. Yeah, so the partial. We don't have the surrounding div, and okay, so here we go. Did I just get two forms in there? Yeah. Come on, I only want this bit. No, don't do that. Okay. And I would like that to be over here. Just happened there. Okay, so we've got div, it comes down to form. Div form, we've then got the script. Yeah, so I think we're just missing the script. Div form. And everything feels like that. Okay, so let's just look at that. Locally, okay. Let's put that in there. Okay. All right. Okay. I think that's it, but we didn't get any. Or at least I didn't see. Okay, and then we've like a little thing there. You need to confirm your email address. That's missing.
Okay.
And then look, where is that? Inspect. That is in the response MC success response. That's these. Okay, those two initially not displayed. So that class response, we would, I guess, at the very least, like
put it up below that. But
Put it at the top.
Put it between the header there and the form.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe make it larger text.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got. I guess we've also got something in here. We've got indicates required email address. But actually, we don't need this label anymore. In fact, the labels are redundant. I'm kind of going to just leave it at the bottom momentarily because we've got this other thing there. So we've got some just like general text style that we can use. There's like H4. We've got like a large text muted. I'm gonna just throw H4 on them and see. I guess that's the class response there. Oh, well, let's try that. Let's just throw a large.
So does it pop up the text or?
I haven't changed anything that will yet do that. I think if I throw these in, class text muted, what class that indicates required, like, well, how does that? That's but I was making these. I was trying to use a text like that was equivalent for this, but that. So it indicates required. Did we have something there before? Yeah. That's not large enough for me. I just put H4 in there for that one. Yeah, so that's better for that. Perfectly reasonable stuff. I guess we could also. I wonder if this would all look slightly less ridiculous if we just popped in like this. There we go. Yeah. And so now I'm feeling it's not going to be almost finished. We need to confirm. I'd like that to be that size of that H4. I'm just interested there. It's like, I guess, it's doing some stuff inside. Like it's injecting text into there. I'm surprised that like having the large and the text muted there is not sufficient to make it bigger. Style is, if we go on here, text align center, text muted is doing the color. Font size 1 EM. That's coming from the body. So I'm just not actually seeing anything coming there from the large at all. It's got like text muted there, it's doing that. It's like that large thing is not actually having any impact whatsoever. Have we got, I mean, I guess maybe we should have a look at our
styles.
Yeah. Source, font, also layout, style sheets. Site. So body's got font size of 1, logo H1. So then so agency, text media, text primary, Paragraph has got a font size of 1416 there. What's, I mean, maybe large. Okay, we've got, okay, so it's large, but it only applies if there's a paragraph tag. Right, so it's just not being, I mean, I guess the thing to do there might be just to, sort of depends on how that's going, isn't it? I guess we could just stick them in a paragraph. Like so. Yeah. So but it's automatically close paragraph. That's the div. I mean, I would say there, like, you know, screw you, I want to use large, you know, independently of whether it happens to be in a paragraph or not. So let's just remove that from there, like that. There, save that. Okay. It's still ridiculously small. Go on with you.
Do you have to build or something?
I shouldn't have to. I guess there. Too many subscriber attempts for this email address. Please try again in about 5 minutes. Okay. But I think maybe I just. Okay, I think that will. I mean, what I. Let's try a different email address. How many email addresses have I got? Really? This now has large. I mean, we're supposed to have the auto build set up so that.
That's on the div. Yeah, okay, so that's what
Oh,
you have.
sorry. I tell you what I did. Should be that. Remove the dot, which stuff in principle. Other email addresses. What? Okay, we now have response large, text muted. I mean, that just makes me wonder if the we've changed the agency started dot large. That is a thing there. I guess I'm tempted to restart. I'm going to go and look at the agency style sheet and see what it's doing.
So it didn't work.
It didn't appear to work. Right, so we've now got large is now just standalone, font size is 16 pixels, unless that's already font size at 16, and okay. Yeah, so for some reason, so div class large, it's getting the text muted. I mean, if I add a style, new style rule, can I just do dot large there? And font size 18 pixels. So that's the, yeah. That's the kind of thing we would like it to be. Oh. Why would that large not apply there. Oh, I guess there's a, is there, well then the style equals, we've got the style equals display now, and that's been turned off. I noticed that the agency style is not, the agency CSS is not mentioned at all in that one. Oh, how irritating.
Whoa. Like the agency.css isn't mentioned.
Yeah, I don't see it. Although I think it's maybe been compiled into the site.css. Interesting. Yes, it's still appearing here as kind of like p.large. Okay. Yes.
Actually compile.
I think somehow, because this is like immediately after the p, I think this is maybe a function of. I think that might be the issue. You know what I mean? Like I think these are then applying to the body. This may be a function of this. Oh wait a second! I'm editing the static file. Oh, for God's sake! Okay, that would be precisely the problem. Okay. Oh, what a wonderful learning experience. Okay, so. Okay, yes. And I think we just want a little bit of extra space on the bottom.
Do we really like that muted look? Like,
not particularly. No, I mean, it's not really visible enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess what we should sensibly be doing. I mean, they've got this. We've got these two styles here for. What's it called for the MC's chimp? Whatever. Like we could. I think first not. Class response. I mean, we could be adding in here stuff for this is. See, I think that's if we at least call that those MC response there. Just do something. I think we want. And then, what color do you think it should be? Should it just be white? It's on a black background, isn't it? Something like that. And what it would be nice is, I guess, because it's dynamic, we can't see the style change for it. But if we go in here and, can I just copy and paste that? That needs to be a class like that. Can I just pop that straight in there? No. Let's take. It's really what I should know. This is waiting really. I should. No, you can't do that. Oh, I should have been editing them in here. Move that over that way and move this. Well, call it to reload and we lose it and it's still there.
Not be as wide.
How did you get what? Sorry.
I was saying, how did you get the fields not to be as wide?
I adjusted the what's it called? That's the what's it called now? Bootstrap. Oh, that's so annoying. I've just made that and okay. Really? Come on. Okay, 10 pixels. Yeah, so that gives a little bit of space there. And then, can I have another one? Oh, you let me edit it now, will you? Add background color. I don't want to add background color. I want, yeah, thank you. And then we're saying, just like, oh, is it 10? tab, white. There we go. Yeah. That was kind of bad, wasn't it?
Did you highlight that?
Highlight one, sorry.
What?
You said, did you highlight? And I
That
said,
text, is that text highlighted?
this one here.
Or is there a background applied to that?
There's no background. I think it's white on this somewhat black background.
It's coming out as like red?
For
Oh,
you?
no.
I mean, when I highlight it, it kind of gets orange.
So how did you get the fields to shrink? What did you edit?
The fields here, like the width of these across the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, I think in here, I did this here.
You play with the bootstrap.
Yeah. So I think that's, yeah, I mean, there's more work, but that's a reasonable, okay.
I want to turn that get the free guide to white too. I don't know.
White too?
Maybe.
Yeah. Let's, all right, since we're here and we're doing partial sign up, then there was the section heading. That's up in text muted. Yeah, I don't know. We maybe want to change the whole styling of the thing anyway. And I think what I'm going to do here is, should I just remove? I guess I should check out this because I didn't need to edit that. Get that and git commit -am. So this is puts out MailChimp form. Git push the master. See if that works for you. I'm going to break publish. But the interesting thing is that reflecting on all of this is that I think there's this kind of building a static site, building a blog, and having this MailChimp integration. There's kind of like doing a default web presence for companies, which is something that kind of people want.
Yeah.
And in the past, it would have been like, oh, set up a WordPress site, and I would have been like, I don't want to be involved in WordPress, period. But now that it's like at the level of, okay, that would be like a Ruby project with middleman and so on, it kind of like, oh yeah, we can do that.
Right.
And part of the thing here with Charles, whatever else we think about Charles or his approaches or strategy, is one, we're showing him that we can do that without too much fuss. And also for both of you and I, having done it once, it's sort of become pretty trivial to do it again, right?
Potentially.
Yeah. Yeah. Did I just publish that? Let's just have a look at it on the main site.
I think if we got a lot better at CSS,
that would clearly make us much more marketable individuals.
What?
It would make us much more marketable individuals. I was just saying.
I think it would let us do basically any kind of website we wanted.
Mm.
I'm not sure though how you get really good at CSS, other than.
Yeah, well, I think one of the things I was thinking about this other night. Actually, one of the things, and it would be interesting if they had this as a in the boot camp. I don't think Makers Academy certainly never had it, and I don't know if what they're called, Craft Academy have it, but it would seem to me that a good way of getting good at CSS would be building kind of a framework from scratch, if you know what I mean, which is what the Makers Academy. I was there, but didn't get too involved in it at the time. But the Makers Academy guys, like for their CSS, I mean, I had one guy, another guy called Sam, who was CSS was sort of his thing. He was also a coder, So he kind of like designed the layout for this. I mean, what's interesting, of course, is that this, to me, doesn't look so majorly different from Bootstrap. Like, and I wouldn't say like somehow. I mean, maybe the fonts are slightly different, whatever. I mean, I guess there's people who really care, like, oh no, everybody looks the same. But I think that would be a really good, you know what I mean? Like, it would be a great learning experience that for us to like design our own, even if we designed our own Bootstrap style,
Right. Yeah.
would be a great learning experience. Yeah,
Probably.
I think.
Sites.
Again?
You're saying create your own Bootstrap style, like create this type of style within Bootstrap itself.
Yeah, I mean, there's different levels of it, isn't there? I mean, I think we're increasing. I mean, I learned, various CSS tips and tricks that made me more confident with it as a result of, stuff I was doing at Makers Academy. But I still wouldn't claim to be any kind of CSS master. I think there's then doing this we're doing now is forced to focus more on the CSS because we can't get ourselves lost on the back end quite so easily. And then creating like our own Bootstrap style do one thing. Trying an alternate framework or creating our own framework would each be activities that would sort of deepen our understanding of CSS and so forth. All of those things, of course, take varying degrees of time. It's a question about how much time we want to invest in that. This is makes. So we can see.
Well, the interesting thing is now with all these JavaScript frameworks, like Ember and stuff,
and
Angular, now they're like you can build a whole variety of apps just even compiled native out of these HTML and JavaScript things, even ones that live on the desktop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I guess it's
like if you know HTML and CSS and JavaScript really well, like the front end of the web development, you can turn that into like a variety of front end development, even on the native side.
Right. Yeah, well, that's like for Ionic.
Yeah. So that makes it.
Or you just muted. Yeah, I guess maybe if you got typing.
What?
You were speaking and you muted. I think that Google noticed you typing and decided to switch your mute button on.
Yeah.
So I missed the end of the sentence.
I said that makes it interesting because now those skills that are in the web domain are transferable to other domains.
Yes. I mean, I think just the.
I mean, they're even doing it like in gaming, like.
Sure. Well, but Unity 3D. I mean, all my students, like 3 or 4 years ago, I had them programming JavaScript, using Unity to make really quite sophisticated 3D games with JavaScript as the language. Although a lot of the people say, go use C#, but
even some like AAA game studios are using HTML for front ends.
Well, and I wonder if that's related to the pressure for the new version of JavaScript to kind of like, the new version of Angular. Well, I don't know, this whole TypeScript thing. Yeah, but the funny thing about Unity is that they added all of this static checking types and so on. But for me, I think it's the ability like for different groups like MailChimp here to provide a little.
Well, they said that like for the gaming companies, the incentive is if they even like the AAAs, if they can build their front end adequately out of HTML and these native compiled apps, there's a much wider talent pool that can do that front end design and implementation than there necessarily is for like all the different native
Yeah. But there's more JavaScript
Right.
developers than there are like C# developers. Yeah. And it's sort of, people can get. Yeah. No, JavaScript's taking over the world. Yes. It's interesting. I mean, we've got much sort of invested in knowledge of Rails that I mean, that would be another great learning experience to do a system in Node at some point. But yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that I end up, I don't know, we will see if over the course of the next year we can really improve. I think not just the CSS, but the user experience on the Agile Ventures site. If that can, I don't know. The thing I gotta go, but like the thing I think I've been struggling with, and I think everyone struggles with, is that people they tend kind of not to do things in public. Like I'm an extrovert, and I like doing things in public to my misfortune sometimes. But everybody kind of wants to contact each other individually, and it seems really difficult to build like a critical mass. I think if we had something like this in place where people were they're paying Agile Ventures mentors to pair with them, that would and I was sort of thinking, oh, maybe that's going to work because they don't want to pay because everybody else gets involved. But I guess you're paying for the other person's time as you do in what's it called, AirPair. But the problem with AirPair is because you're paying for these things and it's all private, you never kind of reach there's no critical mass, right? There's no critical mass of learning going on. There's just lots of people paying each other individually, and there's nothing for you from outside the site for you to browse or for you to what have you. Whereas if we could actually get this off the ground, then there'd kind of be a network effect where for every person who paid for the 2 hours of pair programming, that will generate videos of those pairings and things that people could hop in and watch and kind of browse and sort of try before you buy. You know what I mean?
Right. Well,
go on.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure how willing people are to pay $150 for 2 hours.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that the price point is something to play with. I mean, what in the longer term, I imagine was something like Airbnb, where people can set their own prices, and people get their reviews backwards and forwards. And I mean, it was great. We had Piotr pairing with Mago yesterday, and that's exactly the kind of opportunistic, just sort of pairing and meeting each other and so on. Like, if we had this high density of people, there could just be a lot of that going on, and suddenly the whole Agile Ventures proposition would be, I think, more attractive and valuable. I guess we'll see. I guess independently of this, we'll see if another round of the MOOC with the required pairing and the project course allow us to sort of trip that critical mass thing. But I was thinking about, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, I've run. We've closed up the thing. We've got one good thing done there. You gonna be around tomorrow?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
go on.
It depends. I'm not quite sure yet. I might be going to the movies and
Captain America
and stuff.
Captain America Civil War?
Yeah, I probably will be seeing that. I'm not sure what time tomorrow. Depends on it.
Cool. Well, have fun and don't tell me anything about it. And ideally, you'll come back and say, it wasn't that good, and then that will lower my expectations so I can enjoy it in the future.
Well, everybody that I've heard from, like 2 or 3 people, that it's really good, actually.
Well, I just don't want to hear that. I really don't want to hear that. Okay. Anyway, we'll have fun tomorrow, and I'll catch up with you when I catch up with you.
All right.
Bye for now.
Bye.